Hi everybody and welcome to the Icing Artist. So this week I thought that we would learn how to make some cake pops. Now I made them for the first time about a month ago and they're absolutely delicious. They're so good. It's like a moist cake just coated in chocolate. Yum. So I thought that I'd show you guys how to do a cake pop start to finish because they can be a little bit tricky, but as soon as you get the technique down, they're super easy and really yummy. So let me show you how to make them.
Okay, so I've already baked my cake and I'm just going to divide it into sections. And what you're looking to do is just to rub all of the big chunks of your cake together until you get a fine cake kind of crumb consistency. So once you're done rubbing the big chunks together, you just want to go over it with your hands just to make sure you're getting any of the chunks out of there. So that way it doesn't show up in your cake pop. Now I've already made some buttercream icing and I've added about 1/4 cup of icing to my cake pop mix to start. You're better off to start with a little little icing rather than too much icing because you don't want it to be too sticky. I needed a little bit more icing, so I added about 2 tablespoons into it. And the consistency you're looking for is for it to hold the ball shape without cracking it when you pinch it. Now to measure out my cake pops, I'm just using a small ladle. I'm going to take my mix out of that, and now I'm going to start rolling it into a ball. And you're really compressing it into the ball while you're rolling it into the shape. Stick those on some parchment paper, and you want to put those in the freezer for about 20 minutes to harden up, and then re-roll them into a ball. And this is where you're going to get that really nice ball shape. So the first time you roll it, you don't have to worry about being too picky with it because you are going to re-roll it so that way you get this really seamless looking ball instead of this one, which is still kind of a little lumpy. So now I'm using compound chocolate or chocolate melting wafers, and I'm going to melt those in the microwave for about 45 seconds. Take it out and you want to stir it. And you're going to notice at this point that there's still going to be some chunks in it and you're going to have to put it back in the microwave, but it's better to melt chocolate in intervals rather than put it in for like a minute and a half or 2 minutes. And you're looking for this silky kind of smooth consistency. If you pull your spatula out and it sits like this, but when you move it, it cracks and hardens and it kind of chunks up like this, I found that that kind of meant the chocolate was a little bit too hot. So if you just really stir your chocolate and help it cool down a little bit for another 5 or 10 minutes, it'll get back to that silky consistency. Take your cake pop stick, dip it into your chocolate, and then insert it into your cake pops about 3/4 way through. And then you're just using your finger to brush the chocolate up around the cake pop, and this is going to make a really nice base, almost like a hold onto your cake pop, so that way when you dip it in chocolate, it doesn't fall off the stick. I've stuck those back in the freezer for about 15 minutes to harden up. Now I'm getting all my decorations ready before I dip my cake pops, so that way when I'm done dipping them, I can put them right on the cake pop. After you dip it, you'll notice that you're going to have some chocolate dripping off your cupcake, and this is normal. It's just going to continue to drip. So you want to make sure you're turning the cake pop so that way you don't get chocolate dripping down the stick, and you can also use your finger to help get off some of the excess. Now, before your cake pop dries, you want to make sure you do this very quickly. You want to decorate it. So I'm just using some confetti sprinkles and kind of sprinkling those all over my cupcake, and that gives a really nice look. That's one of my favorite. Also, if you just want to use some crystal sugar or sanding sugar, you can do that as well, and that just makes it kind of sparkly and shiny. And you can do that with colored sugars, which is really pretty. Using theme sprinkles is a great way to bring out the theme kind of in your cupcakes, whether it's Easter, St. Patrick's Day, or Valentine's Day. It adds a really nice personal theme touch to it. And there's also coconut if you want to add a nice flavor.
How you guys make a cake pop, start to finish, pretty simple. I hope that you guys have fun doing them, and don't worry, it takes a little bit of practice, but as soon as you get used to it, they're really simple and super yummy. I hope that you guys have a lot of fun making them, and hey, don't forget to post pictures on my Facebook page. I'd love to see what designs that you guys can come up with. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.